Welcome, friends, to Chapter 5 of the Nine Trials. In our last chapter, our team faced cockroaches who were bent on revenge. Dirt Cat got quite a beating, and the team wasn't offered any tuna. Or were they? My name is Anne, and I will be your storyteller.
My name is Dustin, and I'll be playing the role of Jitters.
My name is Frances, and I am playing Princess Snowball.
My name is Kay, and I'll be playing Kirsch.
Last we left our team, they were waiting with bated breath for Lord Sassafras to announce the next trial. Seated on top of the log, the wind ruffling through his fur, he says, the next trial is to spend the entire night outside. He lets it hang in the air for a moment, turns on his tail, and runs back into the forest. You hear the scattering of other cats and animals who've been watching the ceremony go off back into the park, and you're left with Anthony staring at you with a kind of a smirk and a smile on his face.
Wait, that's it? I mean, I stay outside all the time. I'm kind of known as an outdoor cat, so this is like um this is gonna be a piece of cake. Hey, I'm
Well,
Snuffles.
this has been fun. I'm out. Thank you all for inviting me. Goodbye.
Oh come on, you're gonna give up that easily just because you have to spend a night outside, princess?
Do I look like an outdoor cat to you?
No.
Exactly.
You look over in the corner, and Dirt Cat is licking his paw and rubbing it on his eye. There's a little bit of dried blood there, and he's trying to clean himself up. And he says, "What you look like is an ungrateful cat."
Excuse me?
I took a beating for you guys, and nobody seems to care. And he's trying to get the scab off his eye, and his eye is swelling a little bit. His tail looks pretty worse for wear as well.
Well, well, dude, it's like thanks for taking a beating. But it was kind of a, oh my gosh, run kind of moment.
He looks at you kind of over his shoulder. You can tell he's definitely hurting. Like he's physically in pain, and he continues to use his paws to try and clean his face. There actually may be a little dry blood by his teeth and the bottom of his jaw.
This
Oh.
whole time, Kirsch has been wide-eyed and still looking at the place where Lord Sassafras was once sitting, just completely like dumbstruck. And she finally manages to say, "But, but what about, but, but, but what about my people?"
Oh, wait, yeah. I mean, Kirsch, are your humans gonna be like, are they gonna freak out that you're not there or something?
I don't know. I'm,
Well,
I'm their
hmm.
baby. I don't, I don't want them
Well,
to worry about me.
hold on. It's okay. It's okay. Well, how about maybe we can make them think that you're sleeping inside, but then we just sneak out once they go to their beds.
But,
And
but,
then
Don't they need
we
to be
stay we can do
logically
like a
admitted?
camp out. We can hang out together, telling stories and stuff, and we can all just curl up together and find like a comfy place.
but what if we lose when I go back inside?
Oh, well, don't I mean we'll all be together, so maybe your humans will just be like that they just think that you snuck out or something. And then they'll be like, "Oh, there you are."
But, but, but,
Snuffles comes up next to Kirsch and takes a seat and kind of puts his paw on her paw. They're sitting side by side, and he says, "Don't worry, man. Like we've got you. Uh, we're pros at this. You right, Jitters? Man, we got this. We'll take
Oh
care
yeah.
of you. You'll be safe. Like your humans don't need to worry, man. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean that we have spent so much more time outside than we have inside. So we've got your back. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Okay.
All right. So, Snuffles, how about we try and find one of our usual comfy spots that we have outside?
Oh, dude, yeah, we got some good places, man. Like that one. You know that real good one.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love that one. You're talking about the one with the tree, right?
Man, it's a great place to hide.
Exactly. I love that tree. I mean, it keeps us safe from like coyotes and stuff. Oh my gosh. But I mean, this that will not happen. We won't have to worry about coyotes at all because we will be safe in the tree and we'll be good. We'll be good.
There's coyotes.
No, I mean, no, no. I mean, don't worry about them. I mean, I do, but okay, Snuffles. Let's head on over to the tree.
Princess Snowball, roll your instinct for me.
Um, I am going to be really honest with you, Anne. I have been sitting here realizing I don't have my character sheet and frantically looking for it. I'm so
Oh
sorry. Um,
no.
Please don't kill
Dun
me, but I
dun
have been frantically looking
dun.
quietly for the last 5 minutes.
Well, Frances looks for her character sheet. Everyone else, roll your instinct.
Okay.
Instinct.
Does anyone remember what my instinct is?
Ah,
I
son of a.
remember that your instinct was low, but I don't remember how
Yeah.
low. It's not as low as mine, I don't think.
Ugh.
Uh,
I
Okay,
want to
so
say it was 30 or
I have a
something.
70. I have a
Yeah.
70 on my instinct. I rolled an
Mhm.
85.
Dude.
That's bad.
Snuffles does badly. Let's try Dirtcat.
These dice are
Oh.
going into the
Oh
jail.
wow. Okay. So I have a 37 in instinct and I got a 35.
Ooh.
Woo!
Yeah, that was very close.
At least one of us is able to pull a positive number out of that.
As this conversation is happening, Dirtcat looks over his shoulder in the direction of Anthony. And Kirsch, your eyeline follows Dirtcat's eyeline, and your eyes land on Anthony. And he's sitting there. He's got a smirk on his face. He's almost trying not to laugh at you guys.
What are you looking at?
Huh?
yes, I have it. Okay.
Woo!
Yay.
I'm so sorry for the viewers listening, the listeners listening. I am moving. If you could see my room right now, you would understand and maybe give me some slack. I'm deeply sorry. Okay.
Snowball, if you want to roll your instinct as well. Um, Kirsch, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you repeat your question to Anthony?
What are you looking at? Why do you look like that?
You guys are hilarious.
What do
What?
you mean?
He walks up and kind of stands with one leg on the log, and he's like, I'm sorry. Are none of you hungry?
Well, yeah, of course, but is our tuna there? I thought.
He's at this point not holding back his belly laughs anymore. He gives the log a kick. He's like, well, if you're hungry, go ahead. And he gets on all fours and really just sort of takes his time and saunters out of the clearing. It's a real dick move. He's just like, do waddle out.
Does my
What?
instinct score matter?
Yes.
I have a 60 and I rolled a 36.
Okay, so you know enough about Anthony to know he's being a real dick.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, Anthony, you're
and
being a real dick.
yeah, he doesn't care. Uh, yeah, there's something about the log. He's clearly taunting the rest of them with something about the log.
Does that mean
I don't
Kirsch
know.
barely knows that he's an asshole?
She's picking up on the fact that maybe he's not really a friend. What the definition of
Oh.
friendship is starting to form for her a little bit more.
Hmm.
Seeing how there was this, thing going on with the log, can I go over the log and like start sniffing at it and start inspecting it?
Sure, you're gonna smell at it. So
I'm
please,
gonna start with some sniffing.
yeah, use your senses. You're sniffing around the log.
Senses. All
If
right, I've
anybody
got
would
a.
like to help, you can combine scores or not combine scores. What would I do? If anybody else wants to help, I will take the best score if you're
Okay,
helping.
well,
It's not a game
I
mechanic, but I'll do
have
it.
I have a 62 in senses, and I rolled a 56.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Kirsch
Snuffle.
is still processing.
Snuffles, he's your bud. He's your man. He'll help you out. Oh, okay. He has a 40 in senses. He got a 38.
Woo!
Um, man, I smell a lot of stuff under here. You smell, well, the flip flops, of course. Now you're familiar with sort of that foamy foot smell. Foamy, not foamy as in bubbly, but foamy as in like the foam of the flip
Yeah.
flop.
Uh,
I realized that was gross. Um, you smell some metally smells. You smell some things that kind of smell doggy. You smell
doggy.
maybe
Oh.
maybe blood.
What? That's
Um,
it. Can
you
I start
smell
like?
other human smells that you don't recognize.
Uh-oh. Hmm. There's two smells here that I'm not quite liking. A doggy smell and a human smell. Can I start like trying to push on the log, try to find a weak spot. Maybe I can like dig under it a little bit.
You did see Anthony and Lord Sassafras move the log, so you're familiar with how it's moved. If you'd like to move it, Snuffles will help you.
Yes, I would like to do that.
So when you saw them do it, Lord Sassafras grabbed one end and Anthony grabbed the other end and they kind of rolled it back.
Hmm.
Snuffles will help you do that. Roll your paws. It's a manipulation of an object.
Yay. Well, that's a no. I have a 40 and I rolled a 75.
Oof.
Well, Snuffles has a 65. He rolled a 61. So his side kind of does get pushed over a little bit. And you do
Ah!
manage to push the log over, but it's a little catawampus. His end is more open than the end that you were working on, but that end is the end that Snuffles is on is now open and revealed.
Good job, buddy. Oh
I got you,
my gosh, that's a
man.
heavy
I got
log.
you, man.
Good job, good job. See, yeah, Snuffles has been like the muscle of the group. Where yeah,
While
I'm
they're
not.
doing all this like labor intensive work, Princess Snowball is just like casually laying under the tree, like grooming herself. And she just looks up, oh, you guys moved the log. Cool. Good job.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna start kind of like going over to Snuffles end of the log and start like looking around and sniffing and seeing what we might have revealed.
Dirt Cat is staying a pretty good distance away from the log. He's very intently now cleaning his eye and kind of once he sees the log turn over, he looks away. He doesn't want to look at it at all.
Uh,
Anybody else going to look in the hole with jitters?
No,
How
I'm not.
Why
strong
do
is
you
that
I
say it
don't
in a
go
way
near
smell?
that
holes.
I now regret looking into the hole?
There are a lot of smells coming out of there. You guys do know that this is a place where people are leaving the quote unquote trophies. So the fact that there are lots of different smells is not particularly surprising. But
Hmm.
there are a
Uh,
lot of different smells.
I'm gonna say the smells get the better of Kirsch, even though she's still pretty emotional. So she's gonna kind of cautiously take a look.
Um, and jitters, you're going to do the same.
mm-hmm.
All right, and Snuffles will go with you. And three of us will roll our senses.
Mhm.
because we're looking in the hole.
Go soaps.
Ooh, you did really well.
Ooh, me too. I have a 62 and I rolled a 9.
Snuffles got a 16.
Hey, hey.
I got a
You
30 out of
go, buddy.
60.
Nice. So we can see pretty clearly. There's actually the last bit of daylight. I don't know. What time is it? Was it nighttime? No, it is nighttime. Little bit of moonlight shining through the trees. What time is it? Little bit of moonlight shining through the trees just happens to fall on that portion of the revealed log. You see bits of things. There's actually a couple dog toys in there. There's a couple of cat toys. You see her flip-flops in there. There are several pouches of tuna. And
Ooh.
sitting off to the side, there's something that does smell a little bit like cat blood.
Cat blood?
Yeah, it's clearly cat blood, and
Hey.
maybe a little bit of dog, but
Oh.
there's something.
Kirsch
Well,
wrinkles her nose at
It's
the
a
smell of the
hole.
blood.
I'm sorry. It's a hole like in the log.
So it's when a log falls and it kind of leaves an indent in the ground.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so it's underneath the log and kind of this almost like a little crater.
Okay. How big is
Ah.
it? Or
That's a
like how
great
big and how
question.
deep? Or like yeah.
The log itself, let me see if yes, I've been picturing it in my head. So it's big enough for Lord Sassafras to sit on. I would say it's maybe 4 or 5 feet long itself.
Hmm.
And it's a fairly decent sized tree trunk. A human might be able to get their arms all the way around it if they tried to hug it. So I don't know how big
Ah.
that is.
Well,
24 inches around, 2 feet.
as soon as I like smell the tuna,
Yes.
as soon as I smell like the tuna, I immediately grab mine. Is there? I'll just immediately grab the tuna.
Do you have all the tuna or just your tuna?
Um, I'll be pulling like all of the. I mean, are they all like in individual sacks?
Yeah, they're in the little foil tuna pouches,
Oh, well, I will like
like the first ones
grab.
you got.
I'll grab mine, and then when I have it, like I pull out, like, our tuna's in here.
Dude! And Snuffles goes in there and grabs two, actually, and he gives one to Kirsch.
Thank you.
Dude, such a gentleman.
Whatever.
Princess Snowball. I almost said Princess Snuffles. Ooh.
That's another story.
Princess Snowball is just kind of watching expectantly, like assuming someone's gonna get her one.
Dirt Cat, he's still avoiding looking at the hole, and he's like, if someone,
Hey, don't worry,
can you
dude.
help me out?
I'll get you out. I'll get yours, dude. I'll go down and grab one for Dirt Cat and kind of like fling it over to him. Like, here you go. And then I'm going to immediately start eating mine.
Okay.
I just keep looking around, waiting for someone to offer to get me mine.
How generous does Snuffles feel? Let me see. Oh, yeah. No, he's not going to do that.
Wow.
And it's a
Francis
plus
loves this, but
5%,
Princess
right?
Snowball is mad.
She gets upset when someone doesn't give her the bowl she wants, when someone doesn't give her her tuna. Ah,
Dirt
Yes.
Cat is trying to open the pouch of tuna, but his tooth actually is kind of messed up, and he's having a hard time managing that.
Oh.
You know what? I'll go over and help him with that because that's a problem I can help with. And Princess Snowball is slowly learning to maybe work as a like team, but she won't be going in that crater. Mm-mm. What do I need to roll to help him open
No,
it?
I think that's fine.
Okay.
Describe how you open the tuna.
Well, how many times have we done this before?
Twice?
The first tuna that you received was in a foil pouch.
Okay, so this is only the like second time we're trying to do this, and I think
Mhm.
someone opened it for me before, honestly. So this is probably new to me. So I probably like trying to use my nose at first, just like nudge it, which does not work. Um, but I don't know. Maybe I can, after like a bit of flailing, I can probably like get a claw into it or something.
So
I can't like quite picture it. So,
you managed to get one claw, one good nail that you still have,
oh,
into the pouch and kind of open it lengthways so it can kind of peel open from the middle. And Dirt Cat takes a few tentative bites and he's like, hey, thanks. Thanks. He's really embarrassed and he's still trying really hard not to look at the hole.
what what's up with that hole? Have you seen it before?
It's not my first time. You know this.
So what? They purposely put the tuna in a place that's hard for us to reach?
It's a it's a place full of reminders.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, right. Sure, whatever.
So, do I see this little interaction between Princess Snowball and Dirt Cat?
Sure.
I will, once I'm done eating my tuna, I will go down and get the other pouch of tuna and be
Hmm.
like, "Hey, princess," and throw it at her.
Hmm.
I will ask you to use your paws real quick.
Princess, I'm so sorry. This is not my best skill.
Oh, it's my worst skill, so it's probably better than mine.
Okay, I have a 40. Seeing how I just ate my tuna and I added it to my
Ah,
paws,
Nice.
sure.
I now have a 45 in it.
Oh, nice.
Strong,
So I only
strong.
have a 40, so and I've added
And
both of my tunas to it.
I am sorry I rolled a 63.
Oh.
You do manage to catch the bag of tuna. Unfortunately, your nail catches on another item, and that item comes flinging out of the hole, clink, 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 onto the grass in front of the log.
Oh wait, so I didn't pull her tuna out. I accidentally pulled something else out.
You got both. You got both, but
Oh,
your nail snagged on something.
ow. What is this? Okay, so I'm going to like take her like the tuna and like place it to the side
Mhm.
and start examining what else came out.
I'm gonna come over there too and take a look. This has got my interest.
Both of you roll your senses.
Oh good.
While they're
Well, at
doing
least
this,
it's
can I just go eat my food?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I pop it
Dang
open
it.
the same way.
I have a 62. I rolled an
And
81.
kind of with my mouth full, which is probably the first time Princess Snowball has been truly rude in her head. This is like the rudest thing she's ever done. Mouthful of food of tuna. She goes, "Are you okay?"
Oh.
Um I don't know, am I?
Yeah, it's snagged for a second. Like when you snag a fingernail, it's momentarily like, but it's, you didn't hurt yourself.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just ow. I flipped it backwards. Ow, it hurts so bad.
I got a 20 out of 65. So I just added my tuna to that.
So you both recognize this object. Kirsch, you are yourself wearing an object like this. It is a collar.
Hmm.
It
Oh.
is a green collar, and it has a little tag on it. Snuffles, you haven't spent a lot of time around humans, so you can't read it. But Kirsch kind of, it's picking up on some of those human characters. The tag says Jade, and
Mm.
both of you smell a little bit of dog, but you definitely smell cat blood.
Oh.
Oh, oh, that's not good.
Dirt Cat,
Especially
do
when you're.
you know a jade cat?
His back has been to you this entire time. At the mention of Jade's name, he spins around and he looks at the collar on the ground and he freaks out. And he starts to you could tell like he wants to paw it into back into the hole, but he won't touch it. He can't bring himself to touch it. Put it back. Put that back.
Okay, okay, okay.
What is
I take
it?
it and like fling it back in there.
What was that?
It was.
Dirt Cat, are you
Dude,
okay?
did you knew her, didn't you?
that that collar belonged to my Jade.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dirt Cat.
She she didn't make it.
The last time?
Yeah. I let her down.
Dude, I'm sorry.
I'm
Well,
surprised you're
Well,
still
you're not
trying to
going to do
do
that
it.
to us, are you?
I I owe it to her to keep trying.
Oh.
wow.
She
Well, you know what? Well, you know what, buddy? We'll do this together, and by the end of this, you'll make her proud.
But why would you keep doing this?
it I mean, what was it all for then?
I don't know. What was it for? This whole thing still seems kind of silly to me, to be frank.
You said
Was
you
it really
wanted to
worth
be in
it?
cat society.
Well, I
When
want a
you
lot of.
say that, when Princess Snowball says that, he starts to get really um upset. Yeah. um and he gets really close to you and he gets into your face and he says, "If it's not a big deal, then stop then.
Well,
Stop mocking the
fine.
rest of us."
I'm not. Oh, sorry. And I just like walk away and go back and sit under the tree by myself.
Dirt Cat goes over to the log, the hole in the ground, and you did manage to flip the collar back under the log. He kind of gives it a sad sniff, and he closes his eyes for a second. As he's picturing Jade, he can almost smell her,
Mm.
and he turns away from the log and goes back and finishes his tuna in silence.
Oh, well, I'm gonna get together with Snuffles for a little bit and be like, "Hey, buddy, do you think there's do you think do you think we might be in a little bit over our heads?"
I mean, dude, sorry, that was almost the wrong voice. Dude, um, it, you know, it's feeling serious, man. And as he says that, he kind of glances over in Kirsch's direction. I mean, we've gotten into a couple of scraps here, dude, but like, we managed to get out of them and it's been okay, but it's feeling
This one,
kind of really real, man.
I know this one came kind of close, kind of close. Okay, so I mean, that's definitely what I definitely want to see if we can get somewhere safe tonight. I think I think the tree, if we're able to get up the tree, that would be the safest, but I don't know if we can get dirt. I don't know if Dirt Cat can make it up there.
The
I want to
two
make
of you
sure.
kind of slow burn look in Dirt Cat's direction. Um,
I'm
let's
gonna say
see.
while Dirt Cat is eating, Kirsch is just gonna silently like sit next to him.
Aw.
Like, not really like saying anything or trying to get his attention, just to let him know she's there. That's the only thing she can kind of think of to do.
Mm. Jitters, roll your instinct because that's observation, and Snuffles will do the same as you kind of slow burn look in on the nose.
Gosh, I am not at it today. I got a 97.
Snuffles got a 50. That's right on the nose for him. He says, "Dude, I don't know if you noticed, man, when he came over here, like when you kind of ticked him off, man, he was that back leg. I don't know, dude.
Okay, the tree might not work. Okay,
We
I
could be
want to.
around the tree, like we know the tree, like the
Yeah,
area."
but dude, if the coyotes show up, he's not gonna get away from them, and I can't tell. I'm not gonna be responsible for him. For him, I almost want to give him, see if he can get into Kirsch's place for the night, so he has a chance to heal up.
Yeah, man, but then he'll just have to do this all over again and then have to do it like alone. Wait,
Okay,
I think we're in, man. We're all in together, man.
no, that's probably true. Okay, we need to think of someplace better. Um, do I know of any other good, safe, secure places that we can spend the night outside?
That is a great question. Putting your heads together, almost literally, nose to nose, staring at each other's eyes, like they've got this like bro telecommunication thing going on in their head. Um, roll instinct. Oh, I almost lost that dice.
Oh my! Oh no! Okay, phew. Okay, I have a 70 and I rolled a 29.
He got a 33. So putting your heads together, the beams of thought going between the two of you. At the same time, both of you shout. I don't know, what is it you shout?
Um, um, uh, uh, I don't know. I mean, because that's what I was trying to think of. I'm like, all right, brain, work for me here. Massage, like taking my paws and like massaging my temples at the same time that I have my forehead against yours, kind of thing.
Okay, so let's
Um,
work it out logically. So our main goal is to avoid coyotes
yes,
because they're out right
those,
now.
yes.
Like
I
right
mean,
now, they're out.
Oh
oh,
dear.
yeah, okay. Um,
What's the
um,
coyotes not like? They don't like other dogs.
no,
They don't like
wait,
water.
no, they don't.
What
Hey,
else? They don't like loud noise.
true. You know,
This is all happening like telepathically.
I'm so
They're
I
working it
the
out. You
more
guys can see their eyebrows going up and down.
you know, I know we don't get a good night's sleep when we sleep there, but we always have a good warning system in place, and that's by the those kids with the dog. Every time that the coyotes start showing up in that area, all the other dogs start barking like crazy, so we at least have a heads up.
At
We
the
could
same
try.
time, with your eyes locked, you both shout, "Juvenile delinquents!" Um, and all of that was, yeah, in your head. Man, you think that could work? That can work.
Yeah, I mean, and plus, we're right there by the gate. The dogs can't actually get to us, and if the coyotes show up, we will have a warning system.
We could sleep under the cars, man. We could take turns.
Yes, and I think we can take turns keeping watch. Well, actually, that's probably going to be between you and me because, I mean, Kirst probably doesn't have much experience in keeping watch. And Princess, do you have any experience in keeping watch?
I have watched, or I have, well, I have experience using my eyes.
So that would be a no.
So
Okay.
shady.
Ooh.
All right. Um, unless anyone else has any better ideas, Dirt Cat. I mean, yeah. I have an idea. and it's going to be safe for you to get there, and it gives us a little bit of a heads up. How do you feel?
He's still staring off a little bit into the middle distance. He's a little traumatized after
Can
seeing
I
the collar of the cat he once loved.
kind of
Um,
walked up to him and be like, "Hey, buddy, you're gonna
yeah,
do her proud. You know that? I've seen how hard you dedicate yourself to this, and you're gonna finish this. You're gonna finish this with us, buddy. So come on,
I tried to
let's
stay
go.
safe, man, and look what happened to me.
Hey, sometimes you just get dealt that terrible hand, that terrible paw, and you just have to deal with what comes to you. And so let's go check. Let's see if we can find a nice little place where we can be safe for tonight, because I just don't want to hang out here for much longer. The coyotes like the park, so let's head on out of here. Come on, let's go, guys.
You all
Okay.
know that Jitters is speaking the truth. The coyotes do like the park. And as if to punctuate that statement, you hear off in the distance, "Oh, yip, yip, yip,
I
yip."
hate that. Oh my God, those guys just creep me out. All right, come on, let's move. We gotta let's get out of here.
Princess Snowball is like frozen in fear at the sound of the coyotes. She has never dealt with something like this before.
Princess, don't let that's what they try to get you to do. They make you freeze, and then they surround you, and then you have no place to go. Come on.
Where are they?
Don't ask where they are, just get away from the noise. Come
Do you
on.
want to try and discern where they are?
Yes, I definitely do.
If you want to try and discern where the howling and the yipping came from, roll your senses.
Okay, I just upped my
Oh,
senses.
good.
Dirtcat's
Um,
not in a frame of mind to try it.
I rolled a 19 and I have a 62.
I rolled an 87, so that's a no-go. That checks out
Snowball is
though.
terrified. She's paralyzed with fear.
I got a 28.
Kirsch's ears are perked up to the night for sure. So Jitters and Kirsch, you can discern that that howling came over from near where the playground is on the other side of the park. So they're in the park, but they're on the far side.
Princess, we gotta
Ah,
go.
we're moving. We're moving.
They're
Come on, people. They're
close.
in the
Okay.
Everyone, don't think here. Just focus. Everyone, focus on me. Come, let's go. I'm like so like one of the things I'm trying to portray this persona of I know what I'm doing, and I kind of do, but underneath I am just terrified. I
Roll
Oh,
your
am
charm. Jitters, roll
okay.
charm. Let's see
My
if everyone,
my
or your
per
charm. Listen to me. What game are we playing today? Roll your purr.
Playing Kids on
per
Bikes?
yes.
Right.
Okay, I have a 30 in per. I rolled a 29.
yeah. Lots of close calls today.
Woo.
My goodness.
You are exuding confidence. You
More
are
confident.
feeling confident. Like way down underneath, you're feeling a little bit of that urgency after hearing that coyote howl, but overall you're feeling really confident that this is a good plan. This is a good plan. This will
Awesome.
work.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, let's go.
Snuffles will stand near Kirsch and trot along beside her. Dirt Cat is going to do his best to keep up. He is limping a little bit. He is favoring his back leg. I don't know which one. Let's find out. He's favoring his right leg a little bit. His right back leg, just a little bit.
Right back leg. Okay.
I should write
Here,
that
I'm gonna
down.
see if I
Write that
can
down, too.
I can help him out a little bit.
He's limping along. He's doing his best after hearing the howling followed by the yip yip yip. He's not going to be straggling behind. He's going to do his best to keep up. It is hurting him a little bit. He's still staring off in the middle distance, but he knows that he has a goal. You're exuding enough confidence that he knows that he's just got to get there and that it'll be okay. You know that moment where you're just like, I have to get through it to the next moment? That's where he's
Yeah.
at.
Okay. Come on, everybody. Let's go. And I'm going to lead them. Oh, my goodness. Actually, looking at the map, I realized from where we are,
Yeah.
in order to get to the juvenile delinquents, we have to go closer to the towards the coyotes,
Oh no.
but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to take a long way around. I'm going to try to get to the houses as quickly as I can because I know the coyotes will avoid that area. Like they will avoid people areas first. So
Right.
I'm trying to get to the closest people location that is in the opposite direction of where the yipping's coming from.
Hmm.
But I
You
think
can
in
get
order to
to
do
the
that,
you can get to the street. So if you come all the way out to the street area, you'll be the houses are facing in on each other. So if you get to the outside road, you'll be able to actually kind of sneak in through where their garage is on the backyard.
okay, I think I will. I'm gonna lead everyone down that way.
Princess Snowball, roll your instinct.
Oh no, I don't like when you ask me that randomly. It never feels good. Oh, for the love of God. I have a 60 and I rolled a 61. I quit.
Mm. Mm. You hear a rustling that nobody else seems to notice in one of the bushes as you head off.
Psst.
Are you psting the bush?
Um, yeah, I think I am. I had to think about that. I had to think
Okay.
about that, but you're right. I am. Yeah. I wasn't quite sure where I was going with that, but I think it's one of the rats.
So you see six pairs of little tiny eyes aglow that suddenly you only notice them because they suddenly freeze. They suddenly stop moving, and then you see them in order blink, blink, blink.
Does everyone else notice, or like, am I behind them? Like, what's
You're familiar with the smell and the MO of these rats, so you're really the only one who noticed. And you barely noticed. You only just kind
right?
of,
Am I
yeah.
close enough that I can whisper something without the others hearing? Like, I don't know where
You
everybody else
can,
is.
but it will put you behind a little bit.
Um,
It'll put you behind the group.
I just kind of give them like a knowing nod, like I see you, and keep walking.
Okay, you see one more round of blink, 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 and you head off with the group. So Jitters, you're going to take everyone around down the street to the back of the house.
Yeah, down the like it looks like a little back alleyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely go and take them down the back alleyway.
You know which house it is because as you approach, there is the distinct smell of dog.
Hmm.
You
Don't.
enter the backyard. There is a fence, chain link fence. The gaps in the chain link fence are, I mean, it's almost why have a fence? Um, and it's one of those things where it keeps the dogs in anyway because they see something in their way and they're like, I can't go through that when like clearly they you can slink under the chain link fence. In the backyard, there's a car that's clearly not a car that anybody's using. It's up on blocks. It's a project car. There are pieces around it. There may be a toolbox around it as well. There's another car that's clearly the car that people are using. It smells more like humans. It looks a little cleaner. Looks a little more well kept. Those two cars are side by side. There is a back door, and in the back door, there is a doggy door.
Hmm.
You and Snuffles already know that there's a doggy door.
All right. Hey
There
guys,
are
so
some torn up things in the yard, some torn up toys. Um,
Okay,
Yeah,
so
if you want to take a look around, you can find more, but
hey
that is
guys.
our
Okay,
first
so
glance.
I know that the car that's on the wooden squares does not move. And that car has been there for like a really, really long time. And there's actually some places that we can kind of, if you like crawl up into that car on different locations, you can find nice little snuggly places to kind of curl up into. They're a little, it's a little hard, but at least it's, off the ground behind a fence, and if coyotes start coming in this direction, we'll start hearing the yip yips of the dogs as a heads up.
Is there anywhere
So
in there that we can all sleep together?
you know there might be. I remember last time I was here, there was like this hole that kind of went into into the inside of the car where you can sit on the cushions and stuff, but
Mm,
Does
I don't know
does
if they
sleeping
fixed it or not.
inside a car count as inside?
that's
I don't
true.
know. Oh,
I
you're
mean, y'all were not inside a home, so I think it's okay.
Yeah, if we went inside and
Is
slept
Dirt Cat
inside a
with us?
tree, technically, I guess that's the same thing. It's
Yes, their cat is there. He's limping
Dirt Cat,
along, but he's there.
um,
so I'm gonna start
you
heading over to the car into the car with blocks, and I'm gonna start trying to crawl my way through, either like up through the wheel well or up through like the bottom part of the car to try to see if I can find a way inside the car.
Okay, Snuffles will inspect with you. Snowball, did you have a question?
who?
Princess Snowball. I knew it as soon as I said it. I've been so good, and then yeah, that happened.
Um, Dirt Cat, you've done this before. What do you think? Does inside a car count as outside?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're we're not under the protection of humans. We're, you know, still acting technically like outdoor cats.
Okay. Well, if an experienced cat like yourself thinks it's okay, then I guess it must be.
He kind
Princess
of
Snowball feels
cocks his
real
head at
bad.
you, like what? Is this a compliment? What?
Princess Snowball feels bad. Okay, she's just gonna
Are you
just
gonna?
casually.
Are you trying to charm him?
I'm not trying to actively charm him, but I am trying to like just kind of give him like a nod of appreciation because I feel bad.
He's gonna. Well, yeah, he can't tell if you're for real or not. He just kind of is looking at you out of the one good eye, and he's like, "I thanks."
Hmm. That's
Uh,
okay. I feel like a compliment from Princess Snowball would not sound genuine, so
it's
like
just
that
it's
checks
just
out to me.
it,
let's
it
see,
doesn't.
Jitters, if you're having any luck finding a way in. Snuffles is going to help, so we'll take the best score of the two. So this is your observation. So instinct, please.
Yes. God damn. Yeah, no, that's a 90, and I have a 70.
He's having a hard time as well looking around. It seems that the car, because it's up on these blocks, is just high enough that it's just high enough that it's not a height that's easy to jump. You
Mm.
hear off in the distance, "Oh, yip, 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 oh." Sounds
Mm.
it
If you
sounds the same
two,
distance away, which means they're moving equal distance
if
with
you
you.
two are having trouble getting up there, how's Dirt Cat gonna get up there?
Mm. No, that's right. That's true. Okay, okay, okay. Um, hey, Dirt Cat, here. If I give you a little bit of a lift, maybe if you can hop on my back, do you think could you get up into here?
Um, I could try it. Anybody else used acrobatics before to jump up onto things?
I like point my paw towards Snuffles.
Dude, I think we got this, man.
He's really
Okay.
good.
Okay. Yeah, we can do this. We can work together and get you up there, buddy. At least you'll be off the ground. God, I hope this works. I'm gonna feel so bad if I'm trying to get this highly injured cat up into a car to keep him safe, and we end up like hurting him even more.
Oh man. Okay. Um, how do you want to attempt that?
I
There's
will
other
kind of
stuff in the backyard. If you want to look for a specific area of the car.
okay. Why don't we see like seeing how we're not having much luck with the car? I look around and see if there's another good place to kind of hide maybe because what is it you said the juvenile delinquents you can kind of tell like their yards a lot messier. Are
Mm-hmm.
there any when you see the people who have little kids and they just have tons and tons and tons of toys
Mm-hmm.
like outside that the kids obviously never use
Mm-hmm.
kind of a thing. It's like an old like what is it like one of the old push cars, the ones that like are the red hood and the yellow body, or
Mm.
like one of those old castles that you play area castles
Mm.
that we can hide in.
Okay. Let's let the dice decide. Oh.
Famous last words.
There is a little playhouse. It's a plastic playhouse. It's faded. It may have been a little pink and white one. It may have been a little red and blue one. Who knows at this point? It's just kind of faded and cracked and in the corner. There may be some water pooling in it somewhere. There's also a kiddie pool that is faded and cracked and kind of thrown off into the corner, and that's there.
Mm,
Um, and there's some other random toys. They look like outdoor toys. Maybe they were water toys or a football or something at one point. You also see
okay.
dog toys. There's like a chewed up tennis ball for sure. You go over to the side where the house is, and there's clearly been little holes dug.
Oh. uh okay. Hey Dirt Cat, how about how about you well here let's go over and let's check out this little play area thing. I'm gonna walk over and see if I can um check out like the yeah like the not the kiddie pool but the like the little play area.
It's a plastic kids playhouse. It has the swing door in the front, kind of like a Dutch door, and it has two windows. Inside is a little plastic kids table and two plastic kids chairs. Again, they're kind of sun bleached and cracked and worn. And that's what you
Okay.
find inside there.
Okay. Okay. Is there any way because there's only one door in? Could I take that like the plastic table and try to like to push it up against the door and kind of like barricade ourselves inside?
Probably, yeah.
Cool. All right, everyone. I found a place. Let's try this out.
Okay.
And everyone over this way, over this way. And I kind of like I try like to usher everyone in, going, okay, come on, this way, let's go, let's go.
Aroo, yip, 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 yip,
Like now,
aroo.
people.
I move a little faster.
Princess Snowball is kind of frozen in fear again.
I once everyone is inside, if Princess Snowball isn't moving yet, I'm gonna like, come on, princess. I'm gonna grab her by like the scruff of her neck and just like
Mhm.
start dragging her towards the play the play area.
Princess Snowball, do you resist?
No,
You let him drag you?
I let him drag me. I go
As
limp.
as your eyes are fixated on the fence, where the sound of the coyotes yipping is getting a little louder, you see three little rats, well, two little rats and one big rat, running a line along the chain link fence.
Do I notice this?
You are dragging her away, so she is the one who has been staring at the fence.
I
You
just
can
kind
you
of
can
like,
try.
I just kind of like, because I'm still just like limp. So I just kind of like blink. Like I like, kind of make eye contact and like blink at them. I don't know if that makes sense, but just
Mhm.
kind of, yeah, just staring and blinking because I'm too frazzled to do anything else.
So as soon as I'm actually able to get her into the house, into
Mhm.
the little play area, I'm gonna like, all right, Snuffles, Kirsch, help me with putting this table up against the door.
Okay.
He helps you push. It doesn't take a whole lot. It's, a little kitty plastic table, and you're able to put it up against the door pretty easily. Putting it up against the door has made a little bit of racket, however,
Uh,
and you hear some noise coming from the direction of the house and some light yipping. Not the kind of yipping you've been hearing from the coyote, but definitely some investigative barking sounds.
Mm.
Everyone, freeze! Don't move.
Oh, okay.
Shh. I'm listening very, very carefully.
You hear after a moment the sound of a pet door flap go.
Great. Dog outside. Everyone,
Outside?
stay quiet.
Are you sure they're outside?
Yes. Now be quiet.
Okay.
And my hope is that the dog and the coyote will kind of um, either scare one or the other away.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
I'm gonna kind of like lean up against the table that's against the door to give it just a little bit more what is that, stability. And I kind of like gesture over to Snuffles and be like, dude, over here and help me.
He very, very quietly creeps over and leans the weight of his body on the other leg of the table. So the two
And
of
we're
you
gonna
have the door braced. You hear outside, there's somebody sniffing around the door. Let's see how well he does.
Oh, no.
Every hair on Kirsch's tail is just like, it's just a complete bottle brush effect.
He's having a hard time smelling what's going on in there. There's so much cat smell, it can't possibly be real. Um,
too
and
much cat.
too much cat smell, that's not a thing. Um, he's not the smartest dog. And they've peed on it so many times. It's just a little confusing for him. He sits outside. You can't see, but you can hear sort of the crunch sound of a dog sitting, and then that sort of crunch, crunch, crunch on the grass. Dogs like sit and then they kind of work their front legs out,
Mm-hmm.
and they sort of
Mm-hmm.
sit like a sphinx. So you can hear that kind of movement, not right outside the door, but pretty close outside the door. There are those little plastic windows. Um, Two of them are facing the the backyard, and one of them is facing the fence. So there's four windows. So one is facing the side of the house, two are facing the yard, and one is facing the fence.
They're inside?
They're like the little plastic playhouses have windows around.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Okay, got it.
I'm just gonna try to keep as quiet and still as possible, and kind of
Same.
gesture to everyone to kind of just everyone just lie down, Relax.
Kirsch's definitely staying still, but like I said, she just looks like she was electrocuted.
After a few minutes, you hear like a whistling sound. Sounds like a human whistling, and you hear the shake, shake, shake of a treat bag. It's very clearly the shaking of a treat bag, and you hear the dog get up, and you hear some running, and you hear thwap.
Oh, thank God.
After a
Okay.
few minutes, you hear the sound of the chain link fence,
Mm.
That's not good.
and you hear. Actually, everyone roll your senses.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have a 62.
Is all zeros a 100 or a 0? I think I got a 100.
Oh no.
Wow.
Well, that's not
Oh
gonna
no,
do
all
me any good.
zeros? All
I got
zeros
all
would be 0.
All
What
zeros is like super zero.
Is it?
Oh, super zero.
if you would have gotten a 10 and a 0, right?
Well, 10
No,
and a
that would be
0 would
10.
be like a,
Because
yeah,
there's
that would
no
be 10.
0 on the dice. So that would be a 100, right? I mean, if you want to call it a 0,
Well,
I'm
mine
not
is
mad
weird,
about
and
it.
mine has a 10.
But
Oh.
like logically, that I don't know.
Well, all
No,
zeros.
because a 0, so if you rolled 0, 0, and a 1, that would be 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically you can really only get up to
Yeah.
99.
Mm.
Okay.
So then with 0. So you're saying you have zeros on both dice, right? Like on
Yeah.
the percentage and the zero and the
hmm
tens dice.
So
So it,
Princess Snowball's senses are on fire.
it's because I ate that tuna
Adrenaline.
and added points to it.
It's
I
the
My
have a
reasoning,
tuna. It's the
it's
dog.
yeah,
It's
it's
the
everything.
trauma. It's everything. And you can smell those dirty rats. You can
Oh,
smell
so
that they're
it's
close. And you can hear them whispering. Do you want to try and make out what they're saying?
Yeah, I guess I rolled double zeros, baby.
True.
Should be able
I'll
to hear
call that a
everything.
critical. You can hear them. The rest of us can't really hear them. We just kind of heard the ching 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 of the chain link fence. You can hear the three rats going, "Psst, over here. No, in here. They're in here. Oh yes, they're in here. Come on in, they're in here." And then you hear them scamper away. Then you hear, once again, everyone can hear the sound of the chain link fence.
okay,
But so
so
I know it's just the rats making the noise.
But we don't.
You heard, yeah, you heard the rats come in.
Okay, I'm just
You
confirming that
heard the
that's
rats go, they're in here.
right. Okay.
And
But
then
that sound is coming from the same place that like the fence rattling is
the
coming
first
from.
the first rattle, yes.
Okay.
First
okay,
And
so
then
when
and then you heard a second sound.
Okay.
okay, so now what I heard was just the rattling of the fence.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
You
Well,
heard
heard the
because
that
fence
too.
rattle
I have a
twice, but in two
okay.
different places.
Did it sound like a big rattle or a little rattle?
The
Like
first
coyote size rattle?
the first rattle, uh, I'm gonna be mean. Should I be mean? Um,
No,
your
it's
Do you
up to
want to know
Chinese?
you.
what we rolled? Because I know that
Yes, yes, I
mentioned what
do. Yes, I
she
do.
rolled, and I don't think I mentioned. Because I got a
Yes, I want to know.
48 out of 65. I don't know.
It's
Eh,
clear that the first chain sound was a little smaller and that the second chain sound was a little more prolonged and a little louder and a little
uh,
closer to where maybe the gate of the fence actually is.
great. Okay, guys. I'm just gonna be like, just relax.
Stop
So shh,
tying me.
quiet.
You hear the crunch of grass under 4 paws getting closer and closer.
Is it loud crunching or quiet?
It is a stalkingly crunchy sound.
Can I roll senses to try to like see if I can tell what it is?
Yes, and use me, and then tell me what sense you're using and what your total is.
Okay. Well, I got an 87, so never mind.
You
I
are
guess,
paralyzed.
I guess I'll
After
try.
having perfect hearing, my ears are just like
It's
now suddenly can't
overstimulated.
hear a thing.
After hearing the rats whisper, they're in here, your ears fill with that rush of pumping
Mhm.
blood, and you can't hear anything else but your own heartbeat and your own panic.
Never mind. I didn't get it either because I got a 98. Which is my first bad roll
Okay.
of the night, though.
Over
Then I guess
by
it's.
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna make my yeah. Can I make a sense roll or?
Yes, yes. And then tell me
Okay,
what
let's
sense you're
check this
using.
out. Okay. Oh, so I guess since my back or I'm pushing my body up against the table to
Mm-hmm.
block the door. But I have a 62 and I rolled a 50. But I'm using smell, and because
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that my sense of smell for coyotes
Mm-hmm.
is something that as soon as I get even the slightest whiff of that, my hairs just stick up on end.
Your hairs stick up on end.
Oh
Ouch!
no. Oh no.
Beautiful narration.
You hear by the door, and then you hear at the plastic of the door.
Okay, so they're pawing at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I look over at Snuffles
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of give him um a wink because I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that we have not been. This is not the first time that we've kind of been in this situation before, and the reason why we come to this location is because we can get the dogs out
Hmm.
when we know how to. So I look over at him and kind of give like a nod and to see if hopefully he knows to maybe start like meowing as loud as we can, and the dogs will come out and try to find us, but find the coyote.
Oh no.
So you begin to caterwaul. Is that the right word?
Is that I don't know.
That awful like
Yeah,
cat crying in the night sound.
yeah. Like what is it? Sometimes you have that like the
Yeah.
Let me see. What did you ever see that TikTok video of that one cat going my ball, my ball,
Yeah.
my ball?
I'm gonna say purr because you're literally using your
Oh,
purr, and Snuffles will do it with you because
I'm so
he winked back. He's got you. He knows what you're up to. I got you, man.
yes,
Yes,
Yay!
19.
Snuffles
Damn.
got a 1.
Wow.
Yes, Snuffles.
That's impressive. You guys have seen yourselves through some pretty serious scrapes. You begin to make this really horrible sound. Um, as
Can
the
we
two
hear
of
it?
you,
Oh no.
Jitters, are you ready?
Oh no.
1, 2,
Oh,
3.
my ball, my ball, my ball.
It's a horrible,
Oh
horrible
no.
sound. It's almost in unison, but not. It's almost in chorus, but off key. It's horrid. And the two of you see pop up in the front window the coyote muzzle. and you only see her nose, and you
Mm.
only see her muzzle and her sharp canine teeth and that little bit of frothy drool. And she says, I knew you were in here. My children will eat well tonight. And she starts pawing at the top of the window.
If her nose is sticking over the end, can I
Mhm.
swipe at it?
Oh, certainly.
I'm swiping at that paw. I mean, at that nose.
You give that some pause.
Can I also
Oh, good
start
thing I just
crying?
ate some tuna for that. And I said paw. Yeah, I miss. I have a 40. I have a 45, and I wrote a 53.
Your weight is so far on that table that you're a little off balance. So when you go to swipe for her nose, you do miss. You hit the side of the plastic of that side of the wall, and it's loud enough to make her snout disappear just for a second, and just long enough for you to hear swap, swap from the pet door. And you hear two sets of running and two sets of you hear both dogs.
Here comes the cavalry.
You know from past experience that there's a big dog, some sort of pit bull, Rottweiler, sturdy animal mix, and then there's a smaller one, a little Chihuahua. You hear running and barking, and you feel the hole of the playhouse, the big plastic playhouse, scoot back a little bit violently as the coyote backs into the playhouse to get away from the rush of dog.
Oh, so she tries to get into
She's not
the
trying to get in, but the dogs running up on her scared her just enough that she kind of backed into the house, and the whole house takes a jolt.
Ah!
and as I'm trying to keep pushed up against the door to keep it sturdy, I'm kind of giving everyone the shh, shh, shh.
Ah!
They're gonna be preoccupied with her.
Princess Snowball, are you actively screaming?
Um, I'm yelping a little bit, but I'm trying to keep
Pierce,
myself
shut her
under
up.
control.
I wanna go home. I like cling on to Princess Snowball.
I'm clinging on to Kirsch.
Dirt Cat is looking a little helpless, right? He's feeling a little bit like crap. There's nothing I can do, and
Dirt
he's
Cat,
watching. Yes,
which trial did you get to last time?
you don't want to know.
I think that answers my question.
The house is bumping around back and forth as the two dogs and the coyote are in a fight around the
I
outside of the
I
playhouse,
think
and
we
you
run
get
now.
bumps from all directions. You don't know where the next bump is coming from. Jitters, roll. What would like a strength check be? You're
oh,
manipulating the table,
Pause.
so pause.
oh no. Okay, here we go. Shoot. Okay, so I have a 45 and I rolled a 55.
Jitters rolled. I'm sorry, Snuffles rolled 47. So he manages to keep his half of the table kind of against the door, but the directions that the house is bouncing back and forth from, it's really difficult to keep that table in front of the door, and it starts to slide away a little bit. You have the corner that's on the hinge, and Snuffles has the corner that's kind of in front of the part of the door that opens. So he's
Mm.
managing to keep it on there, but the table is turning as the playhouse is getting violently jolted back and forth.
Okay, so since I felt the table move and that the stability of the door is not 100%, I kind of look at everyone. I'm like, just in case, get ready to run and follow me.
I think we should run now while they're distracted.
We may not have to run, but if
Okay.
the door goes down, then we'll go. So
Okay.
yeah, and I'm gonna continue to hold the door, and I'm gonna wait and I'm waiting until things either die down or the door opens, and then I'll let out a run kind of thing.
As you formulate this plan with the rest of the cats in the playhouse, you hear the back door of the house open and you hear the human come out, and the human's making all kinds of like, like, angry sounds. Uh, as humans sound to you, it's kind of muffled in a uh, Peanuts kind of way. And you hear no, and you know the word no. And you hear two humans run out just in time to hear a yelp, a snap. Anybody close to the window?
No.
No, I'm holding on to that door.
Dirt Cat's gonna look out the window. Yeah, he sees it. This poor traumatized dude. He gets up on the chair and looks out the window just in time to see the mama coyote with the small dog in its mouth slink
Oh.
under the gate. And the mama coyote turns and looks Dirt Cat in the eye like, I told you my babies are going to eat tonight, and runs off down the street. You hear the humans lose it. No, no. And you hear the chain of the fence, and you hear running, and you hear the other dog bark, 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 but it stays in the backyard because he doesn't know he can't go past. He can go past the fence.
Dirt cat, what is it?
Don't say
Dirt
it.
Cat limpingly jumps down from the plastic chair that was over by the window, and he kind of goes over under the table by the door. Cats kind of curl themselves and do it themselves, trying to be really, really small.
Mhm.
And he says, I don't think we have to worry about the coyote tonight.
That's good. That's good. No coyotes for a night.
I want to go home.
You hear by the door.
Is there something still there?
Shh.
You hear in what sounds to you like broken English because it's a dog. Um, someone there.
And
Someone there. Someone there.
no.
Do you say no? Okay,
Okay, hold
well,
on. Oh, no, hold on. Let me.
you said it. You said it.
Crap.
The big dog is not the brightest dog, and he goes, "Oh, okay, okay."
I
And
can't believe that worked after all of that.
you can hear crunch, crunch, crunch of the grass under his paws. And he walks over to where the open gate is, but again, he's not bright enough to realize he can go through the gate. And he sits by the gate and waits for his humans to come back, because
Aw.
they'll come back, right? And they'll bring his little friend back, right? They'll come back. They'll come back. And he sits and waits. He sits and waits for a while, and eventually you hear the humans come back. One of the humans is crying. The other human sounds really angry. They seem There's sort of a sound of relief as they see the dog waiting for them by the fence, and they call the dog in, and you hear the door close, you hear the door lock, and there's like a little clicky sound, Kirsch, that you're familiar with, of the pet door being sealed.
Mm.
And there's silence. And then off in the distance, you hear, oh, and you hear three yips you didn't hear before. Yip, 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 yip. of three voices that are new to you.
I won't go.
That was I have not been dude, Snuffles, we have not gotten that close in a really, really long time.
Man, that was something.
Out of all nights. Oh my goodness. Okay. Tell you guys what, I don't think I'll be able to sleep. I'll take the first watch if you guys want to curl up and find a place to if yeah, just try to go to sleep, guys. I'll
Wait,
stay up and watch.
so you've dealt with that before?
Not It's been a while since I've had to deal with that close of an encounter with a coyote. But yeah, that's 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 the life us outdoor cats have to live. Having to and oh my god, coyotes! Oh, they're they're the one thing that I think I truly hate. So yeah, okay. I don't I don't want to talk anymore, guys. Just curl up to each other and go to sleep. Snuffles, if you wanna if you wanna curl up with them, I'll wake you up for your shift in a little bit.
Yeah, dude, wake me up in like a couple of hours or however cats perceive time. Um, he watches where Kirsch curls up and he curls up next to her. Dirk Cat is already kind of under the table in a little ball in which he's made himself. Um, as Snuffles' eyelids get really heavy, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, wake me up, man, when you're ready." And as he starts to nod off, as as cats do, where their heads start to get really heavy, and finally they go nose down. He says, "How did they? How did she find us?"
I don't know.
Kitty snores. Little kitty snores. Princess Snowball, what are you doing?
Um, I'm probably gonna selfishly try to go right to sleep, but I will actually probably be very unable to sleep. That is easily the most horrifying thing that Princess Snowball has witnessed in her very cushiony life. So yeah, I'm gonna like try to sleep, but it's not really gonna happen probably.
And Jitters, how do you take the first watch?
I'm gonna kind of um every now I'll take shifts from leaning up against the door to like peeking up over the door and looking around. But I'm definitely going to be using my hearing and my smell the most. So mainly propping up the door and every now and again kind of looking over. And also, I know Snuffle said to wake him up in a
Mm-hmm.
certain amount of time. I'm not going to be able to sleep after that. So I would, since I know I'm not going to be able to fall asleep, I just stay up the whole night and kind of keep watch.
As you keep watch over your friends inside the faded and cracked plastic toy house, you look out the window. You've been up all night, and as the sun starts to creep over the horizon and fill the backyard, and it begins to reveal the broken and chewed toys of a dog who is no longer there, you hear in the distance, "Oh!" And that is where we'll end for tonight.
Oh dear.
Everyone exhale.